name is Richard Palazzolo, and I released from active duty as lieutenant in the United States Navy Reserve. Following my graduation from college, I wanted to get into the military, and so the Navy was the one that interested me the most. And as a landlocked person living in St. Louis, where I was born, the Navy was always someplace that always intrigued me because I had not ever been near or by the ocean before. So when I joined the Navy, it was with the expectation of seeing the ocean and going places I'd never been before and probably would never be able to get again. And the Navy satisfied all of my interests and desires and expectations. It really was. So I was happy and proud to be a member of the United States Navy. Went into the Navy, and I remember the day, March 29th, 1962, and I was in the Navy until the middle of August 1966. I was in a little over 4 years, and then I spent 2 years in the active reserve. Interestingly enough, after college, I went to Officer Candidate School in Newport, and I stayed after the 16 weeks following my commission to ensign in a place called Communications School at Newport. I think when you're in Officer Candidate School, you're of course in there to learn about the Navy, but also you go through a series of classrooms where you're in engineering and science and how to run a ship, and also naval history, and of course you're into communications because they teach you what they call the code and how to read signal flags, and so they apparently look at the testing of your performance in those areas, and I think I probably tested higher in those areas that directed me to an assignment in communications. Had I done stronger in engineering science, I probably would have been in the engineering room or in some of the other. My brother was a Navy officer who he did well, and he ended up in the Supply Corps. So I think they have certain indicators when you're in the training of where you're most directed, and so they felt that I should go into communications, and I did well in communications, and I enjoyed it. And so that's probably what indicators through your, I guess, initial training and then your classroom training. You're graded in every one of these classrooms, and I guess some are high and some are low. But so that's probably one indicator, because I had no idea that's where I was going. But someone else at higher authority decided that they have so many openings and they have so many individuals, and based upon your ability, your qualifications, your experience, and your knowledge, where you might best fit. And so they try to put a round peg in a round hole. Doesn't always happen, but it did in my case. And so I was there for 8 weeks, and I got my assignment to a ship called the USS Okanagan, and that was out of Long Beach, California.